friends, it's Kelly here with Kelly Crafts It All. Welcome to my channel. Today I thought I would bring to you a little tutorial on this cute little box. It's just a little gift box, and this one I did with Velcro dots, and you just open it up and you have a good size space for some goodies. Now the inspiration for this little box came from Sam over on Poodles Paper. And she's known as PootlesPaper.co.uk, and I'll link hers down below if you want to make the version where you're not using a Cricut. My version, I slipped the measurements all into Cricut so I could cut it and do it that way, but she does have the version of her video where you do not have to use Cricut, but I'm using Cricut. So if you want to learn how to make this cute little box, stay tuned and we'll be making that. Okay, so Cricut Design Space, if I'll have it shared and linked and everything in the description box, and you go in there and you cut it out with your Cricut Design Space. And it's pretty self-explanatory of how you're cutting it. Alright, I've got all my goodies over here of what I'm doing. So what I did, these I did on print and cut. You don't have to do those. You know, you do what you want to do with yours, but those are just my little decorations. And this is the main body of the box. So if you don't include those, you only have the body of the box and then your designer series paper, and that's pretty much all there is to cutting it out. You have to score it, of course, on Cricut, but you just cut it and score it. And then, you know, any fasteners of your choice, you can use magnets, or you can use the Velcro dots. That's what I did on the pink one. Today, on the purple one, I think I'm going to use magnets, because these are the Velcro dots I got. You've heard me say it before if you've watched my videos. It's from Temu, and they stink. I don't like them. After you've used them 1 or 2 times, they don't like to stick anymore. So, hence why I put my little flower there, so that you can kind of just slide it down and do that, because those little Velcro dots just don't stay sticky very long. Okay, now if you hear noises in the background, please don't mind. My father-in-law and my husband are up, and I wanted to do this video. So, I start out with our box, and you can ink your edges if you would like. I did ink mine, and how, if you're new to crafting and you don't know what inking is, what I do, you can buy these little daubers and ink with those. You can buy the fancy brushes, you can buy the fancy sponges that you put on your finger, but I didn't have anything laying around, so what I got was a piece of, this is a felt or a piece of flannel, and I just cut a strip, and I just folded it up. That's why, hence, there's some strings of fabric, because I grabbed it out of my fabric stash, and I just kind of folded up, and I use one of these little bulldog clips, and I just tuck it in there, like that. Then you get your ink that you want to use, and I just dab that in there like so, like that. And then you just go around and ink up your edges. Just like so. Or you can, you know, use one of these little daubers and do the same thing. Okay, so all done with that. So we have all of our little pieces here, and now we're just going to work on our box. And you just fold on the score lines. Don't mind if you're crunching. The dog's in here with his little bones, chewing on them. Well, they're not little bones, they're bigger bones for him. And you just fold these score lines. Now with Cricut, sometimes I score using a scoring wheel. If I kind of fold it towards the score line and then bend it back, it'll fold better. There we go. Now everything on the two sides are these are the same, so you decide which one's your front and your back. We have these two pieces, and these are going to go here. And we have this piece here that will be on the front, and then this piece here is going to go down here on the back, and that's the piece that curves around. So after you've inked them, now if you're going to use magnets, this is the point in the time you want to get your magnets out and place them down on your box part, which I'm going to do. Now I'm going to just try one magnet in the center and hope that will work. Decided tape here. I'm trying to keep it down away from the edge here because you want your paper to be able to cover that magnet up. The magnets I get from either Temu or Amazon or, well, I used to get them from eBay, but I haven't shopped on eBay in years. Too many scams were going on over there. My husband had bought some kind of tools or something from there, and he ended up getting a pair of ladies' undergarments. So yeah, they were a little. Then I ordered something. Forget what it was that I ordered. Some kind of kitchen utensils or something. I ended up getting some kind of I forget what it was. It wasn't what I ordered. Just center that up as best as you can. I center it best as I can for me because usually I'm right over top of my projects when I work, but I don't want to have my head all up anyway. Now, if your paper is not sticking like where your magnet is, you can get a piece of scrap paper, if I have any. I just cleaned up my desk, so all my paper scraps are gone. I'll just get a little bit of glue. My glue is clogged again, and I keep trying to unclog it, but I need to take the lid off and run a wire out the other way, because every time you're doing it this way, you're just clogging those glue globs back down in your bottle. So I need to take it out and just get a piece of paper, kind of run it alongside there and get some glue on that edge. Sure. Going forward, smush it down. So you got that, and we just have these little pieces. See, that glue glob has gotten back in there. What I do, I get a piece of wire, and here there's a bunch of glue in there because it has nowhere to go. And I look for that hole, and I push that wire, because see, now you got all these glue globs, or what my art teacher used to call glue boogers. I just didn't think it was a very appropriate name, but you call it what you want. And I'll do that a couple of times. And then just toss that wire away, or you wipe it off and save your wire. Now let's see how there we go. Now we're cooking with gas. because I'm just kept shoving that glue glob back down in there. Like so. I'm going to do the other side the same way. Now this paper I'm using, the printed paper, the designer series paper, DSP for short, I printed. It's a file from Creative Fabrica. I do have a membership with them so that I can print paper. Because I love to print my own paper so I can coordinate it. And I don't have to have a bunch of... The only bad thing is I don't have a big printer, so I can only do 8.5 by 11. So I can't do 12 by 12s yet. That's my next thing I want to do. Alright, then you're having this piece here. And this is going to go here. So, what you might want to do first is, what I do is I just take this and run my, well, not very hard, the way you're bending your, crease it, don't crease your paper. Just kind of gently get a curve in the top there. Just blue curve there. And I like to put my box together, then put that on. So then what you're going to do is you're just going to glue these. And these will match up with the edge here. And then that will bring your edge there. So it's pretty easy. What I like to do is I like to go on the inside of this one. Just in the event I don't get my glue all the way to the edge. Where it's going to stick. And you're just going to match them up. I didn't bend that very good. So line it up. And then this should, whoop. It's hard to work when you're not up close to your body. It goes together much simpler if you're not on camera. That should line up perfect there, and then that will line up here. Now in the event it doesn't, just go in here and snip off a little bit with your scissors. It's not a big deal. Just do this to the same thing to this side here. You'll take your time to do much better because, like I said, I'm trying to hurry. Get this done for you. Okay, so we have this, and you'll glue yours much better than I did mine. Okay, so we have that. Then we're gonna do this part here. If you're using the magnet, you might want to cut another bit of paper and cut maybe a small circle to cover it up. I don't know if this might be too small. This might be a little bit too little. Actually, it seems... I will include a little circle for you inside the file so you can cover up your magnet. And then you find the back of your box, and I'm going to run my glue. And then this is where I just turn this over and line that up at the bottom. Line it up on the side. We can go there. Smush your glue around. And then I do that. And then I'll put a little, I didn't get that very center, did I? Well, oh wow. Like I said, you're going to do better. And then you take these edges of the box and just kind of push them in a little bit. And that will... And I see where they have that glue. And then I can put that on that glue like that. And then, like I said, if I had a... that's the smallest punch I have. Don't mind the glue all over my fingers. But I would make a bigger circle so that it would, you know, fit over it nicely. Like I said, I'll include one in the file. But if you're doing it by hand, you might just want to... I'm just going to cut a little square here. Tape. Just adding some double-sided tape to it. That's all I'm doing. I can't stand on it glue on my fingers, and I didn't bring a wet towel in with me. Now, if I was using the Velcro dots, I put two. I put one here and one here. Now, these don't take long to put together at all once you've got all your ducks in a row. And apparently, I don't have all my ducks in a row because now I'm kind of winging it and got... But you could just... I mean, you can even probably find part of the paper and kind of match it up even better. So I push those in a little bit. And just do that. And yeah, one magnet works. And then you just decorate it up how you would like. All that out of the way. These out. And I just popped mine up with some double-sided foam tape. And like I said, the decorations are print and cuts. Now you could do them however you want. Or if you're not doing the Cricut version, you can put up there. And I have these little flowers. This is part of the March Cricut challenge. You make things with their prompts. So this time it was those little flowers. There's other things you can use. If you're a Cricut user, you can go look at it and read about it. And then I have just this little flower. And I might just go ahead and pop it up there. And then I have some ribbon. I might make me a little bow here. And I just like to do those little finger bows. I just get a piece of ribbon wrapped around my finger like this. I shove that tail down under. And I leave mine a little loose. Just, well, my ring's in the way for one. I'm used to doing, I was making double ones here earlier, and I can't switch my brain back to doing a single. And then I just bring it around, put that through the bottom, bring that around. And I bring it back up through there. cinch it down. I like to pull mine down like that, and if you don't get it real tight, you can get it off your fingers. I pulled mine a little tight. Just flick it around until it comes off. And then I'm gonna do that. And now, I had a little curl. There's my little curl. Now, I wanted it to match my box. I mean, I could leave it white because I've got white dots on there. But, let's say you wanted to make it a different color. You can do it very easily. Get this paper pad. And then you pick a color. These are, I've got the Ohuhu art markers. It was this set. I think I got these off of Amazon. There's 48 in there. And I get the fine tip. And if you don't want to get ink on your hand, you might want to just hold it down. And then you can color these any color your little heart desires. Let a second to dry. It don't take long. It's alcohol ink, so it evaporates pretty quick. Get your glue gun. Don't mind my glue gun. It's been loved. I use it. My husband uses it. Little dab of glue. My bow's a little on the big side, but keep you alright. Shut up. Oh, yeah, put the ribbon on this side this time. That bow's a little big, but it'll be alright. And there you go. You've got some little boxes for treats. You could put chocolates, Hershey Kisses. You could put, I don't know, whatever your little heart would desire. You could put anything. Like I said, these are those terrible Velcro dots from Temu. I do not recommend. Like so. And then, if I did these again, I think I would probably put 2. Maybe not. Maybe 1 will be fine. But there you go. You have a little, she calls them a dome-shaped box. I just call them a curved box on Cricut. So if you're not following me on Cricut, you can follow me and see what I have now. If you have Cricut access, everything I make is free. If you do not have Cricut access, they charge. I don't make anything off of Cricut by designing anything and sharing it. I don't make anything. What you're paying for are their shapes and their things that I have used that they would normally charge if you don't have Cricut access. So that is why there's a fee for some things. Like I made the lip tote, the heart-shaped tote. That heart-shaped tote, I didn't realize that when I was doing these. And it's like a $9 file. And I'm going to try to eventually go back in there and try to redo it so that it's not so costly. And use less of their things and try to use more of the free things in that. But I do believe this will be a free file. I think everything I used was free. So it should be free to everybody. I'll just have to double check. But anyhow, there you guys go. You got 2 little gift boxes you can use for Easter, spring, birthdays, whatever, decorating, Christmas, any holiday. Alright guys, I'm going to get out of here. I got things I got to do. I'm working on my swap. And I got to go take care of some of that stuff before I go to work today. and finish some laundry. So, all right, guys, you all take care. Stay safe. Remember, I love each and every one of you, and I appreciate y'all so much. Thank you for coming and spending some time with me today. I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.